Hey guys, old man things here. I was busy taking a break, cutting the grass, and um, ended up running over a cord I didn't know was in the grass. I'm just taking a quick break. I thought I'd tell you a story. A second, I'm looking for my lighter. Old Mick was walking down the street one day, and he sees Eric across the road. Eric runs across the road and goes, "Oh, Mick, how you doing?" Mick says, "Oh, I'm doing all right, Eric. How about you?" And Eric says, "Have you heard about Paddy?" Paddy? Mick says, "Which Paddy?" And Eric says, "Paddy O'Toole. Have you heard about Paddy O'Toole?" Mick. And Mick says, "No. What's going on with poor old Paddy?" He says, "Oh, he's in a terrible state. The doctor's given him only a few days to live. He's asking for you, Mick." So Mick says his farewells to Eric, and he walks to old Paddy's house and goes in and yells, "Paddy, Paddy." Paddy says back from the bedroom, he goes, "Is that you, Mick?" And Mick says, It's I. Sure. Paddy, is that you in your room?" And Paddy says, "Yeah." So Mick goes in his room and sees what kind of a state that Paddy's in, and poor Mick feels just terrible. And he goes, "Oh, Paddy, I didn't know." "Sure." He said, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And Paddy said, Actually, Mick, there is something you can do for me. You can do a dying man's last request." So Mick says, "Surely I'll do whatever you ask, Paddy. Just ask it." So Paddy points to a cupboard across the room, and he goes, "Mick, in that cupboard, way in the back, there's a bottle of whiskey. Will you go get it for me, Mick?" So Mick opens up the cupboard, and he's searching through all the clothes and stuff, and finally, away in the back, he finds this old bottle of Irish whiskey, and he takes it out, walks it back, and gives it to Mick. Or gives it to Paddy, and Mick notices that the seal is still there. It hadn't been broke. Mick says, "Surely there's a story behind that bottle of whiskey, Paddy." He said, "And it looks as old as the hills." And Paddy says to Mick, he said, "My grandfather gave this to my dad before he died. And then my dad gave this to me before he died, and I've got no sons to hand it down to. So here's my dying request, Mick. Surely you won't disappoint me." So Mick says, "Oh, surely I won't disappoint you. What is it? What is it? Just say it. Say it, Paddy." Paddy says, "The day of my funeral, when everyone goes home, come back up. I've already got my plot picked to be buried, and it's on top of a hill." He says, "Come back to that hill, and when everyone's gone by, before the sun sets, take this bottle and open it up and pour it over my grave for me. Surely you won't disappoint me, and you'll do this for a dying man and his last request, Mick." And Mick says, "Oh, Paddy, it would be an honor to do this for you, to fulfill your dying request." So he took the bottle home with him, and a few days later, poor old Paddy died. And within the week, the funeral was there. And then afternoon, when the people had left the grave spot and Paddy had been buried, Mick looked at the top of the hill where he saw Paddy laying in the ground, and he went into his house and he fetched the bottle of whiskey, and he walked up the hill, and the sun was just about ready to start to set, and he opened the seal of the bottle and took a smell, and he thought, oh, smells good. And he looked down at the grave spot where poor old Paddy laid. He looked at the bottle of whiskey and he said, Paddy, Paddy, can you hear me? It's your old mate, Mick. I'm here to fulfill your dying wish. And he looked at the bottle again, and he looked down at the ground, and he says, but surely you don't mind if it passed through my kidneys first. That's my story. Hope you enjoyed it.